All right. Good morning, everybody. Today we got quite a few tickers to look at. There's probably even more here. I haven't gone through the scanner in a couple minutes, but you know what? We have lots to work with. So until we get rid of some, no point adding more unless they're absolutely running. So we've got FRGT. It's looking pretty good here, going from lows of about 19 or 18 cents. Yeah, about 19 cents there, to highs of 51 cents. So we have over 100% gainer here. It's looking pretty good. G-Sun not looking too bad, I guess. Lows of 568 to highs of 875. So we still got some pretty good gains there. Just staying below that 200, so we may have to wait till it breaks above. RDHL is not looking too bad here either, with lows of 45 cents to highs there of 60, 67, 68 cents. So again, pretty good range. Just sitting above that 200 right now, which is good. TBLT not looking too bad either, going from lows of 216, 215 to 280. So again, pretty good range, and it's sitting pretty bullish right now. So this is something that could possibly run. We've got PDSB here. It's been consolidating for a pretty long time, but we do have some good gains going from about 560 all the way up to 780. The immediate range is probably a little bit slimmer, about 660 to $7. So hopefully we can start to break out on something like that and see some gains. We have ENSC here going from about $2 to a high here, 275. So again, we've got a good range, consolidated downwards, back down to basically where it started. We might see this run again on open. We've got SEV, which isn't really looking too great right now, but it did have a pretty great run earlier from $1.43 all the way to $1.82. We might see this one pick back up. Not really sure how to feel about this big drop right here. But if it comes back pretty quickly the next couple minutes before open, could be okay. AGFY, not a whole lot going on here. We had a nice bout of volume over here that looks like it's kind of transitioned over a little bit, but not too much. We're looking at about $1.15 to $1.37, so the range is a little bit slimmer on this one, but still workable. And ASTS, again, not really a lot of price action to go off of, not a lot of volume, but you can never really tell. Going from 870 to a high there of 1120-ish. So it's looking okay, I guess. I'd like to see more volume. It's not really something in the price range I like playing, so there's a couple things kind of wrong with it. We did have YRD pop up pretty high here, so nothing there. IMMR maybe. Yeah, I don't like that either. So I think we're fine with what we got for now. But yeah, what else we got? Maybe there's a couple others. NMTC, don't think I have that yet. We could take a look at that. We're about out of time. NMTC, yeah, no, nothing really there. So I think we have it all. We'll watch TBLT on open here and FRGT because these two things are looking pretty good. I like FRGT. The range it's playing at, it's looking pretty decent. So we'll be ready to play this on open. Okay, so it's looking pretty good still. We could try an FRGT trade. Looking at 44 cents. Gonna go for 0.55 with a 0.42 stop. We'll give it 2 cents. That's right at the bottom here, so if we see this come all the way back down, it'll likely stop us out, but you know what? We don't really want to see that. We want this to maintain being at least somewhat bullish, so we'll see. Okay, so I ended up getting in at 0.42 here, so we can get to a 0.40 stop if we want. Honestly, still really not a big fan. We don't really need that much room on it, but we'll see. 0.44 and a half here. I'm going to take a little bit off the table. FRGT 0.44 got in 0.42. Just to secure something. Let's take a look at TBLT. It is looking still pretty bullish. I do think this is probably likely to come back down. We saw that nice run to 276. I don't know. That candle's looking pretty bullish too. Okay, G-Sun. It's looking okay. RDHL's not looking great. Anything else looking good right now? Definitely not SEV. AGFY getting close at 200. Looks like it could bounce off that. ASTS below 200 on the 1 minute. We are pushing to 0.46 here. Another good spot to take some profits. So we'll take some more 0.46. We'll be looking at probably 0.48 for another scale out. Taking some more profit. FRGT 0.46. We're almost making another good push here, so hopefully we can hold on this and push a little bit higher. TBLT is holding nicely, so I think we should open up a TBLT trade as well. We're looking at that 264, I guess. Not 0.264, 2.64. I'm gonna go for like 280 on it, and probably a 250. No, we'll have to give this a 260. Now we could give it about 258. That's not the end of the world. 258. That gives it plenty of room. That should be red, not green. Ideally, if we get in 264, we're looking at probably 274 to take some profits. That would be a really, really good place. Even something a little bit lower though, you could probably look at 262 to take profits. TBLT, looks like we may have hit that PT on FRGT. Yeah, we're past that. We hit 0.49, just touching 0.50. So again, that was a good place to take some profits. 0.50. Looks like we're still possibly going to run higher, so we might actually get that PT on it. So, we hit 0.50 here. We're looking at probably, I would say probably 0.53 for the next one, although honestly 0.51 a bit. We could see some resistance there. I'm not going to take it 0.51 though, so 0.53, maybe 0.55 after that. We might wait a little bit longer, see if we can push it a little harder here. TBLT hits that PT there, 272. Taking some profit, TBLT, 272-ish. Still looking fairly good here. So we're pushing past 0.50 here, 0.51, just about to hit 0.52. This is where we're going to see some resistance if there's any. There it is. Our resistance we were talking about, we just touched that 0.52, almost 0.53. So maybe he took some of 0.52, maybe he didn't. GSUN still dropping, RDHL, it's holding okay. PDSB is not looking too bad. The range on this is too slim for me to play. ENSC has a possibility of a pretty decent recovery here, and I do like it. So I do think that maybe getting an entry around 210 is probably going to be a decent spot. So ENSC, 210. I think that pushing its way up to 230 is probably actually really realistic on this with a 2. We just want to stop at the bottom here, so maybe like 205. That should be fine. So give it 5 cents. We're at 225 already, so I mean, you might be waiting for a pullback on this to enter if you were not ready to jump in right then and there. FRGT does make its move back or all the way up to that 0.52 area. Looks like it's hitting a pullback. We'll probably see this pullback down to VWAP. TBLT is still looking okay. So, we hit that 272 area. We're probably looking at taking, I would say 280 on the next one if we can push that far. FRGT bouncing nicely off the 9 EMA, so this is still fairly bullish then. RDHL still holding. ENSC pushing to 230, so if you got in, even if you got in late, ENSC is looking like it's not terrible. It just depends how high you got in on this, I guess. Anything below probably like even like 220, you could have taken some profit at this point, right? So make sure you take at least a little bit if you're in it. C 230-ish. I got in late. Where are we at here? 223. Okay, so I'm going to be putting my stop at probably 213 here. That gives it 5 cents from where I got in. And that gives me a little bit of area of that support area there, so I'm okay with that. FRGT might make that push. We do have TBLT dropping here. Where it could drop to, it should really stop here. If it doesn't stop here, it's most likely going to drop down to the stop. So we'll see what happens, I guess. AGFY, nice climb. We see that hit that 200. We should have taken a play off the 200. I just didn't see the momentum I wanted out of it, and that it made its way back up there, so from 120 to 135, so that would not have been a bad trade at all. Let's see here. FRGT making its push just there, hitting that 0.53. That's our area to take some profit. So, whoa, I just hit all the wrong buttons there. Taking profit, FRGT, 0.55. I guess that's PT at this point. Or 0.56 here. So this is actually ending up to be a pretty massive. There we go. There we go. We're seeing that huge pull here. We hit all the way up to 260 or 60 cents. Wow, that was really hard to say. 260 or 62 cents here. I don't know why I'm stuck on the $2 range here in my mind. TBLT still holding, surprisingly. Massive gains there. I actually was not prepared to see that at 62 cents. So I did not take more, but I did get out at 0.58 for the majority here. I'm still holding on to a little bit. I probably should have cut it all, to be honest, but it's not bad. It's not bad. We'll see. We'll see if it can go up higher. That would be fantastic. TBLT is not looking too bad. I mean, it's holding in this area, which is nice. I'd like to see it start to move back up. ENSC, AMC. I definitely don't want to touch AMC. ASTS is down quite a bit. We probably won't be playing that. AGFY we might play. It really depends. The range is okay on it. I wouldn't say it's fantastic by any means. ENSC looks like we're wicking out at the top here, so I don't think we'll be pushing past VWAP soon. So depending where you got in, if you got in higher than me at 218, you probably want to secure most of your profits because we have a good chance that we drop at least down back to 214 here. RDHL still kind of holding. Hasn't really done a whole lot to make me want to jump in. FRGT made its push to 62 cents here. It is on its way back down a little bit. Really, areas of support, we're probably looking at, I can turn this yellow. Probably looking at like right here at 50, maybe 52 cents. Beyond that, I'm not really seeing too much. I mean, you might have some at 55. And we'll see. We'll see with that. TBLT breaks down to stop, so we'll be stopping on the remainder there. FRGT still kind of holding. GSUN not really giving us anything we want. ENSC pushes to the VWAP line again. We see a lot of persistence, so you know what? It's still bullish. It's still pushing to the line, which is nice to see. We do have a lot of sellers stacking, but it might make that push through it. Lots of sellers, but we're still seeing the push. I'd like to see that get eaten up there. It's not happening right this second. We're going to need a lot of buyers to step up to make that push, I think. It's a possibility. It could happen. Sev, you know what? Sev's dropped quite a bit. We're actually seeing this at yesterday's lows, and I think this is probably a good place to at least try. So Sev, you know, $1.35. I'm going to try for probably, I think $1.45 is really realistic here with $1.30 is a pretty big stop. We kind of need it, though, so I'm going to give it $1.30. So stop's going to be about $1.30 right here. Yeah, this looks like it could be a very good area for a bounce. So I'm thinking this is not a bad idea. We'll see. FRGT still holding. I do think that this is a pretty nice consolidation. We're seeing, you know, a bit of buying pressure, a bit of selling pressure, which is pretty normal around this area. ENSC looks like it is eating up the sellers here. We still need some more buyers to push this higher. I mean, ultimately, I'd like to see this hit like maybe a 240 area. That would be fantastic. Take some more out there. And then probably 250. I know we have resistance at 245, so you could take profits a little bit higher if we see a pretty bullish push. Depends how high we get on it, I guess. FRGT does hit that 0.6, almost 0.61 there. Maybe just touch 0.61 back down a little bit. TBLT, it's not looking bad. It's pretty flat on this bottom band. This could be a good range trade, so we can give this another shot. We did make money on it on the first go, so TBLT 260. We'll try, well, 260, is that too high? We could probably go even a little lower there, 258. Try for 270. Yeah, 270 should actually be really easy to get off this, and then probably a 254 stop. So we really don't need, yeah, we don't need a huge stop. 254 is really realistic here. So we're looking pretty good. Nice push already on TBLT. Even if you got in a couple cents higher. It looks like, you know, 265 here is probably an okay place to take some profits. We do have resistance, so TBLT 265-ish. So that's not going to be a terrible place. We see that push happening right now, so we're already at 266. I think we actually hit higher than 266 there. Might have hit 267. Sev back down a little bit. We did touch 140, back down to that 135 area. If you're waiting for your entry, you might be able to wait a little longer on it. I mean, it might hit 134. ENSC makes that push, crazy push. So we hit all the way up to that 250. We hit 255 off that. So make sure you're taking profits. Anywhere around there is good. I still have a little bit. I think we could probably see a push. I don't know. I'd probably be likely taking the rest out around this price point here. So 261. If we can push past this final resistance, we might not see anything until 271, and then, or maybe as high as 274. But if we can make that push, I think that there's going to be a huge argument to be made that this could go a lot higher. So likely we'll end up seeing this push higher, but I would like to see a pullback on this first so I can possibly buy in some more. Okay, so we saw up to 268 here. We're looking for 270. I wouldn't really bother taking any more out that early. I would probably wait a little bit on that. So it's an ARDX. We could take a look. ARDX is climbing pretty nicely here, $1.30 to $1.85. So yeah, we've got that. We've got the volume. We've got a good price range. It's at a pretty good stock price as well. So you know what? It's not looking bad. The 90 EMA bounce is probably pretty strong, but we are pretty overextended right now. So I kind of want to see it retest before I buy into that. So we're currently in FRGT, ENSC, TBLT, and SEV. AGFY back down pretty dramatically, actually, all the way to the bottom here, a 118. This could be another good opportunity to buy in and hold. Do I trust it? That is the question. We could try it. We could try it with a pretty AGFY tight stop here, so maybe like 118. You could try for 120 right here if you want. It's not the end of the world. Realistically, I'd like to hit at least 130 out of it with a 115. We'll give a 114 stop. We can afford 114. But you know what? That being said, 114 is a pretty far way down, and we're basically anticipating we don't see much of a drop here. I think it's safe to say that it could hit maybe 116, but you could have a stop there as well with relative safety. Back down in ENSC, sorry. This is what we wanted to see for a pullback. It could stop at the 20 EMA here, 227, and go for another bounce. That would be pretty bullish. I would be okay with picking up some more shares here. So ENSC, probably close to, what's that, 228. Gonna go for about 250 on it with a 223 stop, 224. Where are we sitting here? So 224 is going to be about there. That's pretty tight. Let's go 223 stop. Not that I'm entirely convinced that 1 cent is going to make a huge difference here, but we'll see. Actually, I am completely convinced that 1 cent can make a huge difference because it usually does. So we usually get stopped out by like 1 or 2 cents if we do get stopped out. So we'll see. AGFY is taking its drop here, so if you're waiting for that 118, looks like you're getting maybe even a better entry here. So you can go ahead and jump in here, 116 if you want. Wouldn't move your stop loss. Yeah, so we're breaking down completely here. That was just an instant stop out for me. Unfortunately, that was sad. I should have waited like 2 seconds longer, and I would have known not to take that, but that's okay. AGFY is probably done here because we are breaking into a new low, so we'll leave that alone for a while. Maybe it'll come back. We'll have to wait and see. Didn't really get what I was looking for out of a ARDX, but it does look like it's going to run again. ENSC is holding pretty nicely. SEV kind of not really doing a whole lot here. It's giving us 134, which is, fine. 134 is fine. I wouldn't really be looking to take anything lower than this 132 though. So if you do see a drop past 132, it's probably likely time to cut. We're hoping to see this turn around, right? ARDX could be something that just continues to climb throughout the day. So, I mean, I hate missing these, so we should at least give it a shot. 180. Try to hit $2 out of it with a 170. So with almost a $2 stock, you could probably give this about 5 cents. So we can give it a 175 stop if you get in 180. So maybe you wait a little bit longer and you can, get a little bit better of an entry and a better stop price. But you will be kind of risking a little bit here because you may not exactly get what you're looking for and then miss, a half decent entry. We'll see what SEV does here. It could stop us out. Bottom band is kind of tightening up, so that's a good sign, but we're not seeing the volume that we need to for a recovery on it. ENSC made its push there to 246, so, we got in about 228. That's pretty fantastic. Taking profits, ENSC. Anywhere around 240 is probably good. We saw that down to the 228. To 240. So yeah, that 240 area is probably holding true. 250 as well. Should have moved that order actually. Could have made a couple more cents off it, but that's okay. FRGT down to VWAP. This could be the area we're looking at to possibly buy back in. We're right at that zero threshold though, so we want to be careful. Yeah, this could be our only opportunity to get back in on something like this, though. So I think we have to take it. FRGT, 0.52. Try for 0.60 on it with a 0.50 stop loss. I would really like to give it like a 0.49, but I think that's probably too far. So 0.50 it is. There's lots of things moving today, which is great. So we're stopping out on SEV here. It's not giving us what we want to see. ENSC bouncing back up. So if you didn't get 240 last time, you can get 240 this time for sure. FRGT still holding nicely. TBLT, nice bounce there up to just about 270 there. Just touched 269. So we're going to be looking at 270 here pretty quick. You might even get a little higher. Come on, make that push. I'm going to put out the caller to take profits. 270 TBLT. Because we're just there. There we go, 271. That's what I wanted to see. Cool. FRGT holding at 0.54 here. So if you got at 0.52, 0.54 is not looking too bad. You could probably try and push it to 0.55 if you want, but 2 cents is pretty good. FRGT 0.54 or 55. Okay, we're there now anyway, so might as well. ARDX. Yeah, so if you're waiting for that entry 180 or below, you could be getting in here. The thing I'm noticing is that top band's kind of curling in now, so I mean, we might just drop back down to the 170 area or maybe 167. I've been kind of patiently waiting on this, and now it's looking like it could go down even further. So I think I'm going to wait a little bit longer on this. I'm looking for probably that 168. That'll be probably the last hurrah for this stock. So we'll see if it can push from there. I don't want to, that still looks like it could turn bullish though, which is another thing. I could just totally miss this trade if I wait too long. I'm gonna wait. I might just totally miss this trade, but I'm gonna wait. I think it'll come down a little more. Yeah, so looking to buy, I'm gonna probably just put a limit buy order around there so I don't have to actually watch it. We have ENSC here looking pretty decent, pushing back to 240. I think it's going to go. What are we at? 228 to 242 so far. We could probably, well, actually, it was higher than that. It was like 245, 246, but my limit sell was just not high enough. So it looks like it's doing okay. I'm not really worried about this. I think 250 is still very doable on this. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the trading floor here very often. Has it at 0.53. Has what at 0.53? You paper handed FRGT? No, that's too bad. That's okay. This one's stopping us out anyway with the remainder. Although, you know what? This still looks pretty good. The band is still really tight down here. So I think it could be another opportunity to jump in. What are we at here for trades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We only got one trade left. We might as well make it a good one. I think TBLT is still going to go, so I'm still holding on to some of that. FRGT, oh man, this, yeah, you know what? I think I need to jump back in on FRGT. I think this is something that's going to, FRGT, 0.50. We're going to go for 0.60 at least with a 0.48 stop loss. So that's looking, I like that stop. That puts us below the bands. That puts us below the areas of support. We can get rid of that now because that's, oh, no, that's gone. ENSC still looking good, making that push to the 240 area again. So you know what? Yeah, I would still say I'm not really ready to take any more profit. Still about 250 on this. ARDX looks like I got my fill here at 168. So we're going to go with like a 163 stop. That's pretty much where it's at anyway. So now I guess we're hoping that ARDX here kind of starts to pick up. Would have been better if I was actually watching it, but I knew I wasn't going to have time to watch it, so had to pick a spot to buy in. Looks like I could have definitely got a couple cents lower here. AGFY is not looking too bad. Like I said, this could be a recovery play, but with a big drop like that, when you're hitting a new low, it just looks more like it could just dead cat bounce over and over on you. So we're going to see what happens with ARDX here. Couldn't afford to give it more room, so it's gotta start picking up from here. Come on, don't do this. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So close. ENSC went, yeah. Yeah, so we pushed 244. Still looking for 255. I've got my order there. Move stuff above entry price, full green trade there. Yeah, nice. Way to go. TBLT going for it too. Look at that. We hit that 280 area with ease. Up to 285, so make sure you're taking some profits. TBLT 285-ish. Still got a little bit. Do I think we're going to push higher with it? It's a possibility. I would like to see 290 for the remainder at least. I might even just cut a little bit more than, let it be. Going to stop out on ARDX. Didn't matter what we did with that trade. It was just going to stop out. So this one's looking... I still think there's potential with this one. It's just not... it's not giving us what we want right now. As far as FRGT goes, looking pretty good here, 0.52. It looks like we're getting 0.53. We can take a little bit of profit here. So profit, FRGT 0.53. We're actually making like decent profit on FRGT. Even though we keep getting stopped out on these runners, we're still doing okay. So it's not the worst thing in the world. SEV still dropping. ENSC, I still think 250 is on the table. I think it's going to go here fairly soon. So hopefully that's the case. Beyond that, I'm out of trades now, so I'll be just making calls on them instead. If I see anything, of course. What are we at? We still have like a full half hour, so I'm sure we'll find some stuff. Yeah, I think ARDX is looking to turn around. I'm gonna make a call on it. I gotta make sure I say stop down ARDX. ARDX. Yeah, I'm thinking like $1.62 is probably a decent entry here. And I'm probably going for at least a dollar. I want to say $1.70, but I think $1.80 is more realistic if this starts to move back up. And then, maybe just $1.58 stop. I don't think it's still tight, but I really think this needs to start moving up here. So we're going to go $1.58. We're going to probably look at this level for some profits here. I mean, you could always take it $1.68 for profits from $1.62. That's actually not terrible. We'll go for $1.72 for some, then probably $1.80. Oh, I didn't mean to save chart image. Oh, great. Now I got that on my desk here. Okay. So FRGTs, it's still looking okay. It's kind of ranging right now. This could go either way at this point. I think it's got a good chance at probably moving back up because it was pretty bullish earlier. ENSC coming back down a little bit. Bands are getting pretty tight here. It's getting ready for a move. What direction? Kind of hard to tell right now. TBLT still kind of hunkering down around that 280 area. I think we're going to be pushing to 290 here pretty quick. Although we are seeing some wicks at the top, and that's not really what you want to see, but we do have more buyers than sellers right now, at least in the 280 area. ENSC is still struggling. FRGT making another nice push here to 0.53. So if you didn't get profits the first time, you can take it this time. AGFY, you know what? This is starting to look more like a recovery than a dead cat bounce. So that's a possibility. I'm still not ready to make a call on that yet. ARDX just about stops out there. Just touches that 167 area, then all the way back down. ENSC just pushing past 240 again. FRGT is still kind of struggling to get past this 0.53 area, but I think if we start to break above 0.53 here, if we can hit 0.54, maybe even 0.55, we can get past 0.55, this could go up to 0.60 pretty quick. TBLT is still holding. Yeah, SEV continued its breakdown a little bit here. So its lows at 126. I mean, not a bad area. There's quite a few levels that could be bouncing off here. I don't know if I'm ready to take another attempt at that one yet. TBLT pushing to the highs here, 284. We just need to break 284. If we can get a little bit higher, we just need to break higher. No, not happening. Getting rejected again. ENSV still holding. ARDX, complete breakdown, so it's just not working out. I hate when stocks do that. AGFY is still looking pretty good. Yeah, it's confirmed that it's not a dead cat bounce. It is just somehow managing to push itself all the way back up. It was a nice pullback, actually. I mean, this has been looking pretty bullish for quite some time, a couple days anyway. FRGT, it did make its way almost to 0.54, but nothing really more. PDSB, yeah, I'm really not seeing, it doesn't have the range that I want, so I'm just going to close that down. Same with ASTS, we can start to clear out some of these tickers we're not playing. SEV, I haven't completely written it off yet. I have, however, written off RDHL, so we can get rid of that. ARDX, like, I think it's still going to come back, it's just not really finding the proper area to do it. 2 minute doesn't look too bad. ENSC still ranging here. Same with FRGT. Yeah, FRGT looks like this should be the end of the pullback here. We might linger around this price for some time more, but as long as we don't break down from 0.50 here, I think we're okay. TBLT, this might be done on its run here, but like I think this could possibly come back down to the 270 area. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Level 2's not looking good on TBLT. Yeah. FRGT still doing okay. We've got ENSC still looking okay. AGFY just making a massive push here. We have HRT popping up. We could take a look at a couple of these other ones because we got some time. HRT, it's pretty spotty. I'm not really liking how spotty it is. I really don't like the price point on that. DSKA. 614 to $7. Nah. Backs. It's a nice drop, that's for sure. $1.60. 207. TBLT back to 280 here. FRGT breaking down a little bit. This is starting to give me a little bit of red flags. You could probably cut the remainder if you want to. If we break down from the support, there's nothing stopping it from stopping us out. On the 5 minute on ENSC, that's good to see. Yeah, on the 5 minute. Yeah, so far. You know what, these aren't like necessarily bad candles. These are sort of pretty neutral, maybe even a reversal. Yeah, ENSC or FRGT is not looking too great. I don't like VAX. Yeah, Tusk isn't looking great either on the 1 minute scale, so we want it at least looking good on the 1 minute. This one's looking pretty good, 259 to 291. The range is not bad. Nice uptrend on it, that's for sure. You're banking on it being a consolidation. Yeah, so as we said on FRGT, it was probably a good place to cut. We're very, very close to stopping out on it. ENSC, I do think it's a consolidation before another run. It does look like it's making slight newer highs here on the 1 minute scale, which is, you know, not bad. That's definitely something you want to see. TBLT, I think it's still going to hit 290. Yeah, when consolidations last too long, usually it's not a great thing, but this is still not looking bad. I have hope. I have hope. We do have a lot of buyers sitting here, so this could be like the last move. We definitely need to break through this resistance at 245. We've seen it hit this a couple times and really just fail at it, so it's got to make that break. We saw TBLT actually push to a new high there, 286. Harsh rejection off it, but still holding on the support so far. I think this might be something we're holding for a little bit longer. We'll see. There goes the ENSC breaking through the resistance. It just needs to hold. Yeah, there's some sellers stepping up there, but we still have a little bit of buyers down here around that 240 area, so we might make a push again. At least we broke through it a little bit stronger than last time. That's something that's good. We still have some sellers popping up, so people are a little worried about that 245 area. I think if it can show some strength pushing through it, we're going to have some buyers step in. We just need that to really hold here. Yeah, TBLT dropping down to about that 270. Remember we were talking about that 270 area? It looks like it might be coming down there. FRGT just flirting with the stop here. We can try YRD again. Yeah, no, not very good. Just going through the alerts here. I'm not really seeing a whole lot other than what we're currently playing. I think if anything, ENTX is just popping up on the scanner because ENSC is, and they usually move together for whatever reason, even though ENTX never really actually does anything. I still think that ARDX could come back from here. Looks like we're going to be going back into consolidation for a little bit here on ENSC. TBLT, yeah, it's looking pretty okay. Looks like it's building some support here. We are right on that zero threshold, so this could be a little bit more of a dip, but I'm not sold on the dip yet. Pretty bullish on the 5 minute. Actually, very bullish. Very bullish on the 5 minute. Thoughts on GSUN? I could take a look at GSUN for you. Let's get rid of... You know what? Let's not get rid of anything right now. I'm not seeing any volume that I like with GSUN. The levels are kind of all over the place. Yeah, we're at a pretty much an all-time low here, so yeah, I'm not too bullish on this stock. I would be more inclined to bet for a short on this than I would be going long. Zella popped up on your scanner. Zella, let's take a look. Yeah, you know what? It's running pretty good. It is in the 30-cent range, which is like not really my favorite range to play. It's a little too slim, but 27 to 34 is pretty good. Damn, the volume looks good too. I think this could just keep going. That's a tough one. I would like to wait for a pullback, but like this has not had a pullback. It had like one minor lapse there when it dropped down to the 20. We could wait for another one, but I feel like if we wait for a pullback on this, you're likely just going to see the end of the run and see like a major pullback and just get stopped out. So it's one of those things. ESV or SEV here is looking pretty good. It looks like it bounced right off our stop, I guess. Well, no, not right off our stop. Our stop was a lot higher. It was 230 or 130, sorry. But it did bounce off of a level here we were looking at. We see a lot of support sometime last week with that. So this could be a proper bounce. FRGT is back up. Surprisingly, didn't actually hit the stop. It really just very, very, very close, but didn't actually hit it. Zella's, yeah, I don't know about Zella. Zella's always got my worried side, I guess. I don't know what to call that. ENSC pushing again. We'll see if it can push past that resistance this time and hold. Very bullish. Very bullish on the 5 minute, that's for sure. 5 minute chart looks okay, yeah. Bigger sell was bought up, yeah. Yeah, I think FRGT has a much better potential than GSUN. See, the problem with GSUN is also like the range on it, right? Like we're almost at $6. So at $6, you're probably looking to take profits every like 20 to 30 cents. So like if you bought in here, you'd be looking to take it at like $6. And then you're probably looking at like 630, and then you're probably looking at 660. And that's quite a bit of movement out of this, right? Like even from the top here at 660 to the bottom at 550 would be just like an okay move, right? We made that on FRGT a lot quicker. So that's another thing about betting on something like this. It's like when the price range is in that $6 to $8, it's kind of iffy unless you're seeing big moves out of it. ENSC is still looking okay. It did hit that resistance. It didn't break through it again. Not really surprised, but we'll see if it can maybe go at it again. FRGT is looking pretty good. Where did we get in on FRGT? 50 cents. So you know what? Like, I would probably say like 55 for the next one because we took some at 53, right? So if you're still in it, probably 55. Well, unfortunately, I have a level there already, so I don't know. We'll just move that right there, but we're trying to take it 0.55. ENSC, yeah, still struggling, still bouncing off. TBLT, I think this is still bullish, honestly. I think this is still looking to go up higher. I think we're going to break into 290 here. Again, just like ENSC, we're just going to be waiting a while. Yeah, I do think that SEV is coming back. You know, it does look pretty good. It broke into a higher low again, so if you can just maintain this kind of bullishness, right? Would have been a dead cat bounce like if we saw it break to here and then fall back down, but because it didn't, I'm a little more bullish on it. FRGT coming back down a little bit. TBLT pushing a 280 zone again, which is where we have lots of sellers at 280 now. That could be an issue. All right, let's see here. Still looking okay on TBLT. FRGT still looking good. ENSC, we're going to find out in a minute here, I guess. We should see this start to make a push. There it is. There it is. 247. Just hit 250. Come on. Break into a new high. If we see another new high, that'll be bullish, but god damn it. Don't give it back. It's just one of those, yeah. A zombie hour coming. Never heard that term before, actually, but I like it. Mostly because I just like zombies, but yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I like it. Wow. All the way down to VWAP. This could be a good place to buy. You know what? I think this could be a really good place to buy in. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I can't put out the alert yet. Where is it? There it is. 250. Okay, so you know what, 235 is looking like a fantastic place to get back in on this. I think that you know, if you manage to catch that drop, it's good. I think it's going to come back down a little bit now. My only real worries were close to that zero threshold and volumes dropping, but this decrease in volume could be a good thing, not a bad thing. TBLT makes that push finally. Finally, we're hitting above 290. Holy crap. I can say crap, right? That's not a swear. I think it's not a swear. I'm gonna say it anyway. Taking profit. 290-ish. TBLT. Finally. 295. Here we go. Finally. That took so long. This was like our 4th or 5th trade. I mean, granted, we were in at 260, so this is just like an absolutely huge trade, so that's good. ENSC's all the way back up to 244. ENSC 240, yeah, 245-ish. Oops, I said take profit. That's okay. Come on, TBLT. Push to $3. I'd like to see $3. I took most out, but you know what? I was so excited I didn't actually take it all out. So I would like to see $3 out of this. You know what? Maybe even a little higher than $3 because I took out $2.94. So I don't want to get too greedy though. It's already looking good. So no, I'm gonna leave it at $3. Hopefully I just get filled there. ES hit 4,000? No way. What the hell's going on? That's nuts. 4,000, 4,005. Insane. That's huge. Absolutely nuts. Well, I mean, like earlier today, it was kind of looking choppy, right? So, yeah, actually, like very choppy. So seeing this is good. Might make it easier to play in a little bit. You know what? Zella took that dip that we were expecting to see. It's looking sort of bullish too, to be honest. Although, you know what? I think it could still go further. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on it. So we just touched 244 on ENSC back down. FRGT starting to make that push. 0.53. Come on, just hit 0.55. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Or 2. Yeah, 0.55. Did I say ENSC? I meant FRGT. There's the 0.55 though. That's what I wanted to see. Profit FRGT 0.55. That took so long too, and that was so close. All for an extra 2 cents. That's not cool. That's not cool at all, FRGT. Oh, come on, so close. Push to $3. Just give it to me. You are not gonna give it. That's okay. Serves me right if I don't get it, because that's a psychological barrier. So I know better than to put your price target right on a whole number like that. So now I'm just being, there we go. Okay. All right. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I'll take it. Okay. ENSC back down to that 235 area. We know that this is a strong area for the stock, so this could be another buy-in opportunity if it hits 235. FRGT pushing higher. We see that at hit 0.57. I missed that. Damn. Yeah, you know what? If it gets back up to 0.57, that's not a bad place to take some more profit. And then you're probably looking at 0.60 after that. Taking more profit, FRGT 0.57, then 0.60. Or around 0.60 would be nice. ENSC, massive drop all the way down to 232 and then massive recovery back up to 242. That was a 10-cent candle right there. Nuts. That's nuts. ARDX just disappointing the entire time. Literally started trying to play this at the very top here and just completely failed the entire way. ENSV still doing okay. FRGT still holding. TBLT, man, I can't believe it just touched $3. Did not, well, I did expect it, but still no access. Let's take a look. Okay, so you have to go to what's it called? Start. No, that's VIP. Yeah. So go to this channel and try to fix it through that. I actually don't know if he's even in the chat here with us. There's too many names to go through. I'll just that should do it. ENSC making its nice push again. It looks like very bullish on this last candle anyway. I'm still bullish on Zella. I'm worried because it's Zella, but it does look good. It definitely looks good. Yeah, every time frame I like this. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, let's make the call then. Zella, I'd like 0.32, but I think 0.33 is probably going to be where people get in here. So 0.33, man, it's like the range isn't great on it though. That's the problem, right? 0.36 is probably where you're aiming for, and probably like a 0.3, 0.31? Nah, 0.32 is fine. Nah, yeah, 0.32. Having a hard time making up my mind here. But honestly, I know VWAP is there, but we're not expecting a drop on this. So we're expecting this to start picking up a little bit more bullish. I think 0.35 is going to be a good area to look to take profits. Trying to take profits, 0.35 on, don't know what I pressed there, on Zella first, then waiting for 0.36 plus. Okay, ENSC still bouncing. FRGT is not looking too bad. TBLT looks like it kind of wants to go higher. It's holding a very nice trend here, so you might see a dip back down to the 285 area. Then consolidate there for a little bit. 244 after raising your stop loss. Nice, way to go. That's not bad. No, I guess it depends. No, it doesn't really depend because either ENSC trade you took, that would have been good. Would have been really good if that was the first one, but the first one hit all the way up to 242. So, well, actually, it hit 245 or something on the first one. I just didn't get out that high. FRGT pushing again to 0.56. Looks like it's looking to hit 0.57. TBLT still looking okay. Zella still looking good. ES kind of all over the place right now. Just going to zoom in a little bit here. I think it's going to come down. That's a lot of bearish candles there. Yeah, on the 5 minute, you can see all the big wicks, right? That ES is coming down. You're going one share on Zella. You know what? I don't blame you. Zella is a monster stock that I can rarely play right. I think it's been pretty much popping up for the entire trading career on Discord here. So, and I do not have a great track record with it. I wouldn't be surprised to see this drop right into stop just for absolutely no reason, just to keep that track record going. But I would like that to change. I would. That's the first stock you ever played with real money? Uh-oh. Was it? Let me guess, it was a swing trade. Either that or you were like, oh yeah, this is just going to keep going up. So you bought into it to hold on for a long time and ended up with a huge bag. I think that's how it usually goes. Although you seem to get pretty lucky with your bags, so I can't really, I don't know. I don't know if that even happens to you. Yep, there goes ES. Nice little dump. We knew that was coming, though. That would have been a good 5 contract, 2-point move. It went to 225. Nice. Nice. Went to 225. Yeah, I remember those days. If we look at the 1-day chart on this, like, it's been on a huge tear before, right? Like, this was... What year was this? 2021, and it was up to $100. I think I played it around heat. No, I played it before this. Because when I played it, it was still relatively cheap. I think it was 2020, though. Maybe it was 2021. Or bottom here, $7. I still remember this being... Yeah, it was definitely sub $10 when I played it. July 2021, yeah. Yeah, everything's just really slow now. So we still have a tiny bit of FRGT. We're all out of TBLT. ENSC stopping out on that last trade. So hopefully you got out around that 243, 244. Holy crap, that drop. Another good place to jump in. I'm going to alert it, but I'm not going to be watching this very closely. So it's going to be up to you guys here. 214. I'm going to go for like 240 on it, I would say. And then like a 210 stop. I don't know. Jeez, I don't know. You could try like a 208 stop, I guess. That'd probably be the max you could give this. Looks like another good recovery potential. Like massive drop, but you know what? When you see these big drops, likely you'll see a decent recovery. So you could go 208 for a stop, or you could go 210 if you don't want to risk that much. You could even go as high as 212 because really we're hoping it holds on this 214 support. So, but we'll go over the tracker here. I don't think we did well today. Okay, we did okay. See, the problem is we had 3 stops, which is not fantastic. However, we almost made 4% on the port anyway because there were so many things running. So it brought down our win rate a little bit, but we actually did really well today. So it's kind of a catch-22. As far as percentage gains go, is 8.5%. We took a 3% loss, 1.7 and a 2% or 2.4% loss. Yeah, that FRGT trade right in the beginning was massive. I think that propped up basically our whole day. FRGT in general was a really good stock. We got 10% here, we got 5% there, and 38%. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see FRGT get back up to 60 cents here, so we might actually even walk away with more wins. But yeah, today wasn't too bad. ARDX got me, that's for sure. Sev, I thought we were going to see the recovery on Sev, and it just like it hasn't happened yet. I wouldn't even make another call on this yet. Like at this point, it looks like it's just range trading down here, and I do think it's gonna probably lunch hour. It'll probably make its recovery, which would be fantastic to see, but you never know. Yeah, ENSC, I think this could be a good recovery. I think it's pretty risky, obviously. Catching a knife always is, but sometimes it pays off. I mean, if you were in at 214, or, you know, it did drop down to 213 here. If you were in at 214, you could definitely take profits around 218, 220, something like that. Even just a little bit. Zella is still holding. This is looking still fairly bullish on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, yeah, it's not bad. You know, we're seeing some different things, you know, look through different time frames, but it's all looking relatively bullish at least. FRGT takes a little bit of a drop down to 51 cents. So, yeah, if you're going to continue playing these, TBLT I still think has room to go. FRGT still has room to go. I think ENSC, I would say, all right, so if you had a 212 stop, you're probably stopping out on it, but I still think that ENSC has room to go. It's, you know, we've seen this moving around quite a bit, so there's a big potential to make money on this, either long or short. I don't think it's SSR'd yet. I don't know if it's easily borrowable, but, you know, if you can find shorts, I mean, maybe, but we're so close to the bottom here at 209, 210, so I wouldn't really be looking at this as a short opportunity. I think that there's more opportunity in a recovery with it. SEV, if you start to see this break above that 135 area, you could easily see this back to 150, right? So maybe watch that around lunch hour. Zella still has potential. What is it going to do here? Kind of hard to say. You know, volume's still holding relatively well. MACD's still looking okay on it. I wouldn't say that this is looking terrible by any means. It's not looking great right this second, but I mean, those bands are coming in pretty tight. I think this could make another move, at least up to 0.35. But yeah, time will tell. Anyways, guys, we're out of time for the day, so I'm going to let you go. Hopefully you made some money. Good luck with your afternoon trading. And on a final note, we will be releasing new prices today. I think at some point today, relatively soon, if not already out. I don't think it's out quite yet. But don't be scared, because if you already have a membership, your membership will be honored at the price that's, you know, you're currently paying for it. So, you know, I wouldn't be too worried about it. But for anybody who's new or not on already, or would like to sign up for a longer term plan or whatever, I would think that now's the time to probably do that. So, yeah, get on that, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Take care, guys.